Tough loss. Played against a very good basketball team, one that challenged us in a lot of different areas. I think we'll grow from it. I thought they did a good job of, mixing their defenses and, trying to keep us off balance a little bit. And I thought our guys did a good job also defensively, especially in the second half of, being disruptive to them. So I thought it was a hard-fought game both ways. We make a few more plays, the game goes in another direction. But you get hats off to them. They made the plays they had to make.
What were your thoughts on not the final sequence, but right before that? You had it, forced some turnovers. You had a possession, just couldn't get a shot off. I think Sellers was blocked and was a shot clock. What did you see during that possession?
Which play are you talking about? The very last play or the one before?
Yeah, not the very last when Darius missed the free throw. But the one before that when you had the possession. I think Twan was about to shoot a three, and then
what we did was we had a chance to get Darius downhill. They were in a double bonus like we were. He had been getting to the basket, into the paint area, throughout the night. So he had a chance to get there. He ran exactly what we wanted him to run. He got there, but Cisse came over. Of course, he made the right decision. Cisse came over. He came off of Antoine, so he kicked the ball to Antoine. In that situation right there, you either have the shot or you have the next drive and make the next kick. He turns it down and makes the next drive. And I'm okay with that. The young man is just coming back, and figuring things out now. And you're going against a team like Ole Miss who's playing very well. So I thought he made a good basketball play. He didn't take the shot. That's his choice. He drove it in, sucked guys in, and he made a kick. And then on that kick, we didn't get, really what we wanted to get. We end up congesting the floor instead of keeping it spaced like we want to keep the floor spaced. It got too tight, and they did a good job in tight spaces. Their defense was really good in the paint and tight. And we got a little too tight. We talked about keeping it spaced. We didn't do it as well as we needed to. And so we didn't come up with the result that we would like.
You guys got hot in the second half. Ole Miss got a little bit cold. They weren't hitting field goals, but they were able to stay in the game due to the free throw game. What are your thoughts on that? Does that need to change?
Well, we have to be better. We have to defend without fouling. We sent them to the line 28 times in the second half. It's a lot of free throws. And we can't have that. And so we got to be more disciplined in our defense. And we have to understand when we're getting close to the bonus, we cannot put people on the line and give them those opportunities. One, it stops how we want to play. It stops our pace. We want a high, octane game. And so when you want to play that way, the last thing you want to do is keep stopping it so teams can shoot free throws by fouling or stoppages. So we have to do a better job of being disciplined defensively.
Did you feel like the guys got frustrated when they kept fouling after good defensive possessions?
Yeah, I'm sure it can be frustrating, but we always try to teach our guys, take a next play mentality. Once something like that happens, whether it's good or bad, go to the next play. You don't have time to dwell on it. Either way, the game is moving so fast that you don't have time to sit there and dwell on fouling or I picked up a bad foul or offensively I missed a shot. Go to the next play. That's what we have to understand the importance of, and that's what we have to continue to grow.
You talked about needing to make a couple more plays, 4 of 22 from 3. There was a couple of plays there.
Definitely. We had, and I thought some were great looks. We had some really good looks. We're a good shooting team. We have to knock those shots down when the opportunity presents. I believe in all of our guys that are taking those looks. I see them every day in practice. I know what they're capable of. And, we had a tough night shooting tonight. You talk about 4 for 22 from 3. You talk about 22 for 34 from the free throw line. So we left a lot of potential points on the board that's promising for us because as we go forward, I can see where we can grow, from learning from this experience. I hate losing, of course. I hate it. I think we can still learn from this experience and get better from it if we use it the right way.
We talked a lot about how this was going to be like a Big 12 type game. Coach Beard came in. Obviously, he's coached a long time in the Big 12. That's one of the first things he said. This was like a Big 12 game he was accustomed to. He hasn't coached yet in the SEC. So obviously you saw that out there tonight.
Yeah, I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it. It was like a Big 12 game, but what I envisioned being a Big 12 game or when I was in the ACC playing and coaching, similar type of thing. So it felt like that, and that's what you want. You want to be in games like that. And the only way you can learn and win games like that is to be in these experiences and grow from them. I think we'll grow from this experience. As tough a loss as it is, I think our guys will see as we start to prepare as we move forward where we can make a lot of improvement, both offensively and defensively, and we have to do what we want to do and to compete at the level we want to compete, we have to.
And Coach Beard appreciated the UCF toughness. Did you see that from your players throughout this game?
I especially thought that in the second half. I thought, in the second half, I felt it. The first half, I thought we were spotty with that. Second half, I felt it the entire half. I thought our guys just played, the way we want to play, the UCF way, and that's tough. And I thought we did that. We have to play that way going forward, as we know, and we have to be able to do it for 40 minutes, though, Trice. We're doing it, but we have to be able to do it for 40. I felt we did it for maybe 30.
What changed from the first half to the second? You mentioned that. Like, do you think they were tentative in the first half, and then you went more pressing a little bit there that seemed to work in that second half?
Well, we played the same way all game. That's what I'm saying by why it didn't feel that way in the first half. That's what I'm talking about. Because we played the same way, and we didn't change anything that we did system-wise. But yet you felt it in the second half more. I felt it some in the first, don't get me wrong. But that has to be 40 minutes for us. Our strength is in our numbers, and meaning that we have depth of talent. And when you have depth of talent, no one should be out there pacing themselves. We should be going as hard as we can, for every minute and every second that we're out there, and confident and trusting that whoever we put in next will continue to keep that same type of intensity up. And I felt that in the second half. Felt it 10, 12, 13 minutes in the first half. I felt it pretty much all second half.
And you hope your team now realizes that it's going to take that.
That's the only way. It's going to take that for 40 minutes. It's going to take that type of effort, and you're going to be in games like this every single night, as we start to approach the, new year. And so we have to be prepared for that. We have to embrace that. I think you have to embrace it. You have to embrace it and want to be in games like that first and foremost, because you're going to face them every night. And the only way you can be successful is to attack it that way.
What were your emotions at the very end of the game? Darius, he's trying to make the first one and miss the second. He misses the first one. He executes the miss in the second one. Still the inbound, and everything happened like you needed to.
Well,
Sellers got wide.
Well, it wasn't exactly like we drew it up. Well, we wanted to make the first and miss the second. And once he missed the first, so we went to our next option was, okay, now make the second. And now we have to get a steal on the inbounds or foul immediately to maybe get one more crack at it, a long pass or a shot coming back. Fortunately, we were active. We were able to turn them over after the make right away because we jumped right into it. Like we said, we would. Our guys have done that. We know what we were supposed to do. They jumped right into it. We got the turnover, and then we just didn't make the play at the end. We had a great opportunity, but we'll learn from it. Some of these guys have probably never been in situations like that before where they've been, and so now it's on us to keep teaching and helping them grow.
4 for 22 from 3-point range. Do you think all those misses tonight were just because of something Ole Miss was doing, or do you think it was just an off night shooting-wise?
Well, I always give teams their just due. I'll never walk in and think it was all on us. I mean, they had something to do with why we were missing. They played very hard. Coach Beard's teams, they're going to play with discipline, and they're going to play hard. And you saw that tonight. They may have rushed us on a couple shots because of their activity, their active hands. They're long, they cover a lot of ground. And so, I give them credit for how they defended us. And so we have to get better at understanding how to be successful in those situations.
Shamari in the second half really kind of kicked off and was able to get some things going. What did you see from him, and what was kind of the thing that maybe triggered that a little bit for his performance in the second half?
Well, I thought we challenged him at halftime, and that just challenged him, challenged our team at halftime about how we need to approach it. And I thought he really took that to heart, and he came out playing with the type of aggression, type of force that we need all of our guys playing with on both ends. He played with the type of force that's going to create opportunities for himself or his teammates, and he was actively, making plays defensively as well. I think when you do that, you kind of get going. The game kind of gets going. You kind of lose yourself in the fight. You kind of lose yourself in the fight. You don't think about anything. He lost himself in the fight in the second half.
Imagine your team's disappointed in the locker room postgame, but did you sense anything else from them? Maybe an anger about the way this went down, or a frustration?
I did. I mean, just I never talk about what our guys are doing in the locker room, but you're absolutely right. You could feel the disappointment. You could see it in their eyes, and I saw what I wanted to see. I want to see guys where it hurts, where there's an anger. I mean, anger is good if you use it the right way. And it's up to us as the coaches to make sure we use it the right way. But it should hurt. We had a chance to beat a team that's playing very well, and I think they're a really good team. And we didn't come up. We came up short, and so it should hurt us. But now, what do we do with that? This is where our maturity comes. What do? We have to grow from this experience. We can't squander this opportunity. It's a tough loss, but I see everything as an opportunity to get better. We have a chance to get better based on what I saw in this game.
John, you got Antoine on the floor tonight. What was that How was that kind of getting him out there a little bit of some minutes early in the first?
And it was good to get him out there. You know, he met all the benchmarks to be eligible, which was good. And I mean, what a tough game to come back for your first game. And then we're putting him in key moments, you know, because of his experience and his skill with the basketball. And I thought he did a good job for, you know, with his minutes. I mean, that's what you want to see. I think as he goes forward and gets more comfortable, that just, you know, that just adds another piece to, you know, our team. It gives us more depth. And yeah, I'm a believer in what he can do to help our team as we move forward.
This is the second time at home where a game came down to the last possession, but it resulted in a loss. What needs to change in late game for you guys to come out with a win?
Well, we have to close better. You know, we have to close better. You know, I thought we got up by 5, and when we got up by 5, we need to work on building that lead. I thought when we got up by that, we started fouling, putting them on the line too much. You know, had a couple broken plays that we shouldn't have had. It's just the focus during those moments to build on the momentum that you have, not letting them work their way back in the game, and we allowed them to work their way back in. And like I said, give them credit. They made plays. They made some tough shots. One of the shots Murray hit when we had a lot of momentum in the paint. I mean, he just threw it up, and it just, you know, I'm like, wow, that's a shot you would have wanted any player to take. He knocked it down. But that's why he's a winner. That's why he's been to the Elite Eight, and now he can make plays like that.
What were your thoughts on Darius's performance tonight?
I thought Darius was terrific. I thought he did a great job for us on both sides of the ball. I thought he was active defensively. I thought offensively he made a lot of really good plays for us. And that's what I say. That's what I see in practice from him every day. So for me, it's no surprise. You know, sometimes when people don't see him and you only see him in games, for me, it's just a matter of when will it totally click for what he can do, because I see it in him. And you guys are seeing pieces of it from time to time in the game here or there. But he's going to end up putting it all together because he's too talented not to. And when he does, that will also continue to help us make us a better team.
All set?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.